rushed to the site and were able to evacuate everyone on board. Well, the first criminal case against Bill Cosby has ended in a mistrial. After more than 50 hours, the jury could not reach a verdict. Deliberations lasted for 6 days, resulting in the jury still being deadlocked. This forced the judge to declare the mistrial.
We're disappointed that the jury was not able to come to a unanimous verdict in this case. We had to overcome a number of obstacles that were put in our way.
The prosecution is promising to seek a retrial on behalf of the plaintiff, Andrea Constant, who accused Cosby of drugging and assaulting her back in 2004. Dozens of other women have come forward with similar stories. And we've been following President Trump's announcement that he's planning on reversing President Obama's diplomatic thaw with Cuba. During his run for the White House, the then candidate Trump threatened to close the U.S. embassy in Cuba and completely cut off ties. At least for now, he's not going quite that far, but he is calling on the Cuban government to end abuses and open themselves to political and economic freedoms. Here in America, there are mixed reactions down in Miami.
Go back to Cuba! You know, go back to Cuba! No,
in true President Trump fashion, he said he is willing to hammer out a better deal than what is in place right now. And the Trump administration has eliminated the DAPA program, which protected the parents of dreamers and the children born in this country. In the metro area alone, this could affect tens of thousands of people.
There's definitely going to be broken families, like kids that grow up without seeing their mom or their dad if they are deported.
It's for my daughters. I want to see in the future go to the college.
Arturo's family, including his daughter Mariana, came to the U.S. when she was just 3 months old. She is one of the thousands of young people protected under the DACA, which allows them to work and study in the U.S. without fear of deportation. But DAPA, or the Deferred Action for Parents of Americans, is off the table. Now, to be clear, DAPA never went into effect. It was blocked by a judge after it was signed in 2014. Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly called the decision to reverse a, quote, house cleaning. Now, the teen accused of ruining $1,000 worth of meat by putting flowers on it during a protest at Ideal Market has taken a plea deal. The 15-year-old appeared in court today. She was ordered by a judge to do community service and pay back half of the damage back to Ideal Market. Now, there was a lot of activity in downtown Denver today as the Pride Fest took over Civic Center Park. It is Colorado's largest regional celebration of the LGBTQ Pride. The freedom of expression ruled all day long, and at the centerpiece of this year's Pride Fest, it is okay to be who you want to be.
I'm proud to be lesbian.
Love wins. You get to be yourself, you get to be your true self with everyone around you, not being judged. At the end, we're all just human.
Now, the Denver Pride Fest runs through tomorrow. Hundreds of thousands are expected to attend by the end of the weekend. Now, don't forget, security is tight and roads will remain closed downtown. Now, celebrations in Denver today for June 19th. After the break, we take a look at how our community celebrated the end of slavery and the beginning of emancipation for slaves in Confederate states more than 150 years ago. Now, coming up, also SPX, and you know they are on a roll. Could the Rockies remain hot at Coors Field against the Giants? We'll find out. And Troy Rank gets you caught up on everything you need to know about the Broncos. That's up next on Xfinity Sports Extra.
And today we track some scattered thunderstorms, showers, winds are calming, and we will drop into the low 50s, so a bit cooler for this evening. We'll talk about your Father's Day forecast after the break.
Welcome back. Well, today Denver celebrates Juneteenth, the day more than 150 years ago announcing the end of slavery in Texas and the beginning of emancipation for slaves in Confederate states. Denver 7's Eric English shows us how in Colorado we commemorate the day with the community and events, and in Northeast Denver, well, we have a parade. Take a look.
Looky, Jay, they're coming. Look at that. Look at those powerful men, Jay. Juneteenth means freedom for all of us. Jay, don't miss it! They're stepping up, get it! I feel like this is one of the most important events that all of our people should attend and participate in. You know what? I used to be in the parades as a little girl, so I was like, now that I have my own, she has to see it. We love being here every year. We should make that effort to be here for sure.
Absolutely. Mayor Michael Hancock was there for the celebrations as well. He sent this tweet out today. We celebrate the richness of our heritage, our customs, culture, and faith.
And it was a very nice day, really statewide, great for parades or things you had to do outside, but we did see some afternoon and evening showers, scattered thunderstorms, most of the activity moving off to our east, but very strong storms are developing near Kansas. But across Colorado, things are calming down. Downtown Denver right now at 63 degrees, low 60s out at the airport, where winds are now sustained from the east-northeast at 9 miles per hour. Elsewhere statewide, it was downright hot today near Lamar, La Junta, and Pueblo, 100 degrees. They broke 100 in Lamar, but across much of the mountain towns we're in the 60s and even low 70s right now in Gunnison. But this is what we can expect across the Front Range and metro area through the rest of the night. We'll stay under a mostly cloudy sky and low temperatures will drop down to the 50s. Father's Day, here's a sneak peek. It is going to be nice and sunny. Low temperatures, Aurora and Parker, Castle Rock all around 52 degrees, Broomfield at 54 and 40s into our foothills and northern and central Front Range mountains. Elsewhere, Aspen at 47 overnight and the western slope, Grand Junction at 63. A little bit cooler up near Sterling at 48. We saw a cold front move through. That's what increased our winds and brought with it those scattered showers and storms. Through the overnight hours, we'll stay under a partly to mostly cloudy sky up and down the I-25 corridor. Now, early tomorrow morning, we'll still see some cloud coverage, mainly through Burlington and Lyman, down to the southeast and through the Springs, but all west of I-25 will be under a mostly clear sky, and then through the day for Father's Day, do expect to see plenty of sunshine. Any plans that you may have outside with Dad throughout the afternoon should be great weather-wise. We have a slight chance of seeing a scattered afternoon storm or two, but mainly at higher elevations. The Denver metro area and plains should stay mostly dry, and then through Monday, it is going to be downright hot. So do expect for the next couple of days to really ramp up in terms of our temperatures. But for tonight, still pretty cool. 50 degrees is our overnight low, and tomorrow, 82. So it's one of the coolest days we've seen in a few. Perfect way to round out our weekend. High temperatures for tomorrow elsewhere. Boulder at 81. We'll see 81 same down in Parker, and low 80s in Elizabeth and Castle Rock. Statewide, 70s and 80s into our mountains. Still toasty in Grand Junction at 94. And then Sterling and Akron a bit cooler in the upper 70s. But these temperatures won't stick around for too long. It is going to get downright hot this coming week. So for Monday, we'll be under this big old ridge of high pressure, and that'll keep us warm and dry. Lots of sunshine for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Still, each afternoon we have a slight chance of seeing a storm or two, mainly in our northern mountains, but for the most part, low 90s Tuesday and Wednesday. Next best chance of storms in Denver will be later on in the week, Thursday into Friday. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 80s, and then overnight lows rebound a bit as well into the 50s and 60s.
Looks great to me. SPX starts now.
Hey, welcome to Xfinity Sports Extra. I'm Allison Mastrangelo. The hunt for October continues as the Rockies look to get 19 games over 500 for the first time since 2009 as they took on the Giants over at 20th and Blake. But first, look at this adorable Rockies fan who's part of the Rockies' 5th sellout crowd of the year. Nothing like a cute baby at a baseball game. Meanwhile, Cargo might be struggling at the plate, but it's not affecting his defense. A nice diving catch at the end of the inning. Kyle Freeland happy to have him out there. Rockies tied at 1-all. Same inning. Trevor Story's bat seems to be heating up after a pinch hit Friday night and a single up the middle today, allowing Desmond to jog home. Rockies take back the lead 2-1. But this young pitching group continues to be the story for this Rockies team. Kyle Freeland pitches 6 innings and only allows 1 run, which is incredible since he got hit earlier in the game. Freeland also lowered his home ERA to 3.21, and the Rocks win their 8th straight game against the Giants this season, 5-1.
He's a competitor. He's a warrior out there. He's coming right at you. Got some double plays, made some good plays off the mound, and got a hit. You know, he did a great job today. He's a Colorado warrior, you know.
Now we've got a nice surprise for you. Broncos insider Troy Rink is here to recap the big events from Broncos mandatory minicamp. What's going on, Troy?
Well, Allison, the break begins, but the evaluations never really end. The Broncos finished their offseason before training camp with notable developments. Ron Leary is now starting at right guard with Max Garcia at left. Rookie left tackle Garrett Bowles is getting first-team reps. Von Miller is becoming a powerful leader. And, oh, yeah, the quarterback job remains wide open.
I don't have a timetable on it. You know, it could be the first week of camp. It can be the end of preseason. I'm not sure. You know, when I see a clear separation, I'll call it off.
I'm very comfortable in where I am now that all the concepts are put in, and there's still wrinkles going in every now and again. But where I'm at right now with what we've put in, I'm very confident in. I feel like the more reps I'm getting, the more I get to go with DT&E and that first group. I think the more confident I get.
Coach is going to make the best decision for the Broncos, and that's his job. And I'm going to try to be the best teammate, best quarterback I can be, and you know, whatever happens, happens.
3 months ago, Vance Joseph challenged receiver Demaryius Thomas to dominate consistently. Thomas received the message. He has answered with an exclamation point this offseason.
He has responded in a big way, in my opinion. I mean, he showed up here in great shape, and you know, he's engaged every day. I mean, he wants the ball, and you know, if he attacks, you know, every game in that way, I mean, he's going to be what we want.
All right, Troy, I know the Broncos get more than a month off before the training camp starts up again. Wouldn't that be nice if we get a month off before that came up?
Absolutely.
But you found something interesting, cool between Von Miller and Garrett Bowles.
Yes, Miller is mentoring Bowles. Von told me he sees a lot of himself in Bowles when he was a rookie. He's working with him on pass technique and rush techniques. The two are often the last ones out of the locker room. You can read more about this relationship on thedenverjournal.com on Sunday. But from the gridiron to the links, Allison in Wisconsin for an historic round at the U.S. Open. Justin Thomas in those bubblicious pink pants. Look at that. Ball puts on the blinker. It turns right. It's going right into the clown's mouth. Thomas shoots. Best single round in Open history with a 63, sits one shot back. Look at that. Tommy Westwood, Fleetwood, I make it, goes on his own way out of the bunker. Sets up a birdie putt. He's at 11 under as well. Brooks Koepka, look at that smooth approach, paves the way for a birdie, help move him into a tie for second place. But your leader, look at him right there, the lefty, Brian Harman, taking advantage of the unusually wide fairways for an open course. He cards a 67, even as that one slipped past the hole on 18. Harman is seeking his first major title, as are all on top 16 on the leaderboard.
All right, well, still ahead on this episode of Xfinity Sports Extra, the Rapids looking to win 4 in a row at home as they welcome the Portland Timbers into Colorado. Plus, I'll introduce you to Tommy Caldwell, a professional rock climber who somehow found a way to fit all of his incredible experiences into a book.